I've been doing a deep dive on Pulsechain, specifically more of the mirrored tokens, and some of the things that I'm starting to understand about what's being built is just mind-blowing. If you follow the money and you look at the OA address in terms of what it's invested in and how much of an influence that has on the Hex ecosystem, you have to understand, like, if there was a sell or anything from that address, that would be detrimental, to the ecosystem. You would lose all trust. But there's a bigger plan in place that's going on. This is going to end up being a pool of assets that could be used to facilitate bringing a lot of the mirror tokens to PEG. This could be the genius of Richard Heart and how he's planning to bring a lot of these mirror tokens into parity, into PEG. So I've been discussing this at length with Ghost, the founder of the GrowthDefi ecosystem, an ecosystem that was the first ecosystem to make me a millionaire in crypto. And we've been having some great discussions on what's coming. And so I wanted to share some of those conversations with you in this video so that you have a little bit of an insider's perspective on what's going on with the mirror tokens as a whole and how an innovative project like GrowthDefi is looking to leverage some of those mirror tokens in terms of what they are building. If you're looking for those incredible gains, the 100Xs, there's a really good opportunity that's going on right now if you understand what's going on with the mirror tokens, with Pulsechain, and how GrowthDefi is looking to innovate on top of that. They have a long history of being one of the top innovators in the crypto space, going all the way back to 2019. So there's a lot of history. It's worth listening to the founder, Ghost, go through and explain how some of these things that are being built have the opportunity for massive upside potential.
One thing I want to clarify is that these mirror tokens on Pulsechain, these are our vehicle to success. This is our ticket. Whatever gains have been made until now with these mirror tokens pale in comparison to the gains that are going to be made in the future with them, because we haven't even seen any type of real retail FOMO really come into Pulsechain yet. I mean, all of this pumping so far has been, just degens on Pulsechain that have seen this phenomenon and are, jumping on it and realizing what's going to happen here. They see the writing on the wall. These coins are the real representation of the coin. It's real Bitcoin that they're buying. This pWBTC is real Bitcoin. It's on a huge discount, but it's not going to be forever because it's only going to increase in value. And more people are catching wind of this phenomenon. There's more and more videos. There's more and more ecosystems getting behind it. It's only a matter of time.
We've known each other a long time, and we've worked together on a lot of very innovative projects in crypto. Some of the innovation that was built into the GrowthDefi ecosystem, going all the way back to PowerMine, I really like hearing your perspective on some of your plans for some of the core tokens that you're building up into the GrowthDefi ecosystem.
Right. Absolutely. Well, first you have the flagship token, XGrow. Okay. That's kind of our token that's kind of here lingering from, as a relic of some of the previous things that we had going on. Right now it doesn't have a real obvious, use case. However, it's a coin that has a lot of revenue being directed towards it right now from the entire ecosystem. Whatever the ecosystem makes on these mirror tokens, which is going to be a lot, we feel like this is the real cash cow that's coming for GrowthDefi. Will be directed towards XGrow. Now, XGrow itself may be swapped to a different token at some point, maybe on a different chain. Maybe there's no real reason to be on Binance Smart Chain. We find later. Who knows? Maybe we want to go onto a different chain with it. With Grow. Maybe we just move everything into Grow on Pulsechain, the mirror version of the original Grow token from Ethereum. Maybe everything just kind of transitions towards that. Either way, Grow is the flagship that all revenue will be directed towards from the ecosystem. Next one down you have is GBTC, 4WMM. Okay, that reflects PDI, pWBTC, Pulse, and pGrow. That particular coin is going to play a very large role in the mirror leveraging platform based on synthetics from Ethereum, by the way. The code is basically synthetics. That coin will be like a staking coin on there, okay, to earn rewards from the actual trades of that exchange, of that leveraging platform. That's the plan, is to roll this out on PulseChain, be the first ones to do it successfully. You know, you have GBTC on there, which you can trade back and forth, pWBTC, pDAI. It's all about mirror tokens. It's all that's going to be on there is mirror tokens. We're not going to have any other tokens because we view those as being the most bullish, the ones with the most possibility for success, and, you know, those 100Xs. Other coins are great, but, you know, this mirror phenomenon is not going away. And it's almost like a narrative where people go, okay, this has to peg. It will peg. And then they just buy it because they just believe it's going to peg. And therefore it does. If you have one mirror token that pegs, why wouldn't all the mirror tokens peg? So now you start going down the line and you start looking for obscure mirror tokens before they even pump or really even have that attention yet. One I've been looking at a lot is mirror or pYFI. I mean, but there's dozens, hundreds, you know. Right now the focus is all on pDAI and pWBTC. But what's next? You know, the other ones are going to start pumping too, especially when you got more and more capital flowing into PulseChain. It's going to need somewhere to go, you know, besides just pDAI and pWBTC. People are going to be looking to get in early, you know, on other coins before they really hit that fever pitch or really get on the radar. So the sky's the limit with these mirror tokens. We're going full force.
The top coins you see right now would be pWBTC, pDAI. What are some of the other reflection tokens that you see the most opportunity in?
Our tokens, some of our tokens are incredibly bullish. I mean, you look at GBTC. What is that? It's just basically a paired wrapped version of the pWBTC coin. All right. It's paired directly with it. So what it does is it leverages pWBTC and collects more of it into its LP over time. Mm-hmm. And it's 82 times scarcer than pWBTC. It's a better coin because it actually reflects pWBTC. It's deflationary. Okay, pWBTC is not deflationary. GBTC is, because it burns on every single transfer. It's constantly decreasing over time. The supply is constantly decreasing over time. The supply is only 1,945 coins. Given enough time, it's inevitable that GBTC is going to become a very scarce, valuable instrument, far and away more valuable than WBTC itself. Looking beyond pWBTC itself, pWBTC is a placeholder right now for actual Bitcoin. It's going to become actual Bitcoin, and there's not going to be a differentiation. It may, in fact, become more valuable than Bitcoin just because there's less of it, but it will at least peg. Yeah. When it pegs, what's GBTC going to be at? It's mind-bending to wrap your brain around the possibilities, you know. Yeah. But and GBTC is unknown. Nobody really knows about it. It's an obscure little coin by GrowthDefi who nobody really knows about. Okay, but we start getting some attention, and we start getting, you know, some people coming in here and realizing the things that we're offering are pretty damn innovative, and we're way ahead of, you know, we've been way ahead of all of this stuff from the beginning. You know, we're going to get the attention. When this gets some attention, it's going to really blow up. It's going to really blow up.
What are going to be some of the drivers to see some of the pegging action? Like, I know Atropa has been like a project that's been behind some of that aspects, you know. But what are some of your thoughts on what exactly is going to help these tokens peg? Just
people buying them. You know, mm-hmm. Just the whole culture of the whole idea that it's going to peg. People just have this mental idea that it's going to peg, so therefore it's going to peg. They believe it's going to peg, therefore it will. Why do they believe it? Well, because it's Bitcoin and it's DAI, and so, you know, It just is. And so since people have that belief, they're accumulating it. I mean, why does Bitcoin increase in value? Actual Bitcoin. Because it's a store of value and people want to accumulate it. It only has a set number of coins. All of those things apply to the Pulse version of Bitcoin as well, except for there's a lot less coins. And there's a lot more opportunity. They see the opportunity. It's only at $200 and some odd a coin. Bitcoin is $70,000 a coin almost. There's far more opportunity with buying Pulsechain BTC right now at $220 right now. While it seems that everybody is starting to pay attention to it, it seems like it can go over $1,000 a coin far faster than Bitcoin can go over $1 million a coin. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to be sitting here a week from now and pWBTC is over $1,000 a coin. I mean, it went over $300 a coin last night. I mean, the volatility is amazing. It's crazy. The volatility is also what makes it so attractive, because you can increase your stack wildly if you figure out how to harness that movement back and forth. Like you'd mentioned before, having limit orders where you could just stack those limit orders up and down would be ideal. I mean, obviously, people haven't missed the boat on like any crypto that's going to do well. However, there are obviously some that are going to do much better than others, right? They're going to perform much better. pWBTC, the narrative is that's going to peg with Bitcoin. So that means it has a, I don't even know what that is, 50x, 100x, still coming just to peg. And so probably a lot more than that, maybe 500x, I don't know. But it's got that much more to go, and probably a relatively short time period. The bull run for Pulsechain really has not kicked off yet, in my opinion. I mean, it's kind of gaining steam. The whole mirror token narrative is really starting to catch on fire. More and more people all the time are getting on this bandwagon. You got new chats being created all the time. New channels on YouTube popping up that are talking almost exclusively about these mirror tokens, with PDAI and pWBTC, because there's opportunity there and people recognize that and they see it. And so funds are going to gradually start to flow into that opportunity as they become aware of it. Mm-hmm. So it's a phenomenon that's not going away. It's only going to intensify. It's absolutely more bullish than actual Bitcoin. Because it is actual Bitcoin. However, it's, 1/500th of the price. It's like having a do-over from 2009 and going back in a time machine and saying, oh my God, I can buy Bitcoin at $200. Well, here's your chance.
The supply is way, way less too. I think it was like 150,000,
there's
pWBTC or something. But
there's like 164,000 coins.
There's probably quite a bit of that's never going to be there might be just sitting in people's wallets. They never knew about it, and
absolutely. I mean, the top wallet in pWBTC, I don't think has moved any for over a year and a half or so. And, some of these wallets, I mean, people pass away, they disappear, like their wallet keys get lost. I mean, a lot of coins just end up never being used or will never be accessed. So there's a significant portion of the supply that's essentially burnt from that. So to your point, you're probably talking way under 100,000 actual supply. Now, you take a coin like GBTC, which we launched, which is basically a wrapped version of this coin, pWBTC, and you realize that coin only has 1,945 coins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 82 times as scarce as pWBTC, and it basically is also pWBTC, because when you're holding GBTC, you're holding a portion of pWBTC because it's paired directly with pWBTC. So anytime you want to go to sell, you're going to get pWBTC at whatever the ratio is between those two coins. Now, common sense would tell you that since there's far less GBTC than pWBTC, that the value of GBTC should far and away exceed pWBTC or WBTC over time. Now, you add in the fact that it's deflationary and it's getting burned on every single buy, sell, and transfer. That only means it's going to become more and more scarce over time. You know, one of the other benefits of it is that it reflects pWBTC back to holders. So just by holding this in your wallet, liquid or staked, by the way, we have a drip pool where you can stake it. You're going to be getting that pWBTC around the clock as dividends. And as that asset gets more and more valuable, you know, obviously that holding is going to become more and more valuable over time.
So it's a real store of value within the GrowthDefi ecosystem, along with Grow, the Grow token. You've got XGrow, you've got Grow on Pulse.
Yeah.
And you know, how would you differentiate that with what 4WMM?
Yeah, 4WMM. The initial supply was only 420 tokens. We're talking super low supply. 420 tokens, and there was there were airdrops for holding it that were very limited that ended. So I think they ended up being like 800 supply. Now this coin is actually very innovative in itself. It's called four-way mirror money. It actually reflects 4 different coins just for holding it. It has high fees. However, 100% of those fees go towards reflections back to holders. Okay, so I think there's a 6% fee to buy and a 9% fee to sell. Obviously, those are high. However, it all goes to reflections, so you're getting it all back in different coins. The 4 different coins are pDAI, pWBTC, Pulse, and pGrow. So 3 mirror coins and Pulse. So that's a great one to hold if you want to just sit back and earn reflections in these coins that seemingly are going to be going nowhere but up. Yeah, and that one also is deflationary as well, and you know it's a good coin. But one of the really cool parts about that coin is that it's going to be used as a staking coin in the upcoming mirror leveraging platform that we're building, based on the synthetics protocol from Ethereum. So that will deal exclusively with mirror coins. You'll be able to take leverage, long, short, you know, back and forth, whatever. This doesn't exist on PulseChain yet that I'm aware of. And once we implement that, it should make some waves. It should get some attention for sure. That coin will be the staking coin. So people will have to buy that in order to stake that to earn dividends from the profits of that platform.
Okay. So you've got the 4 tokens right now within the GrowthDefi ecosystem that seem to be like now like the flagship tokens, and you have a focus on building a leverage trading platform on the Pulsechain blockchain. And are there other focuses within GrowthDefi, or is that just kind of like right now store of values, the reflection tokens? What are some of the future plans with GrowthDefi?
Well, that's the big one right now. It's just kind of right now we're just kind of going through and revamping all the websites and all the coins, getting all the coins, the socials updated for everything. Kind of laying the groundwork. You nailed it. The next big thing is the mirror leveraging platform. But beyond that, we're probably going to do a swap for Hypermine at some point into one of these other tokens, because Hypermine is just something that we tried and it kind of didn't work out. A lot of the capital was put into EMP money, and it's debatable whether or not they're going to ever, you know, become something that becomes profitable again. We put an awful lot of funds into there, and you know we're getting very little return on that investment. So it's unclear if the basis for Hypermine is ever going to you know become something we can really sink our teeth into. So we may end up just having to go a different direction with the ecosystem for Hypermine and let those folks swap into another token with more of a future. So that's going to be something that takes place down the road. That's kind of the temporary roadmap, the short-term roadmap. As Growth Ecosystem, we are poised very nicely. We were in on these phenomena very early and recognized this very, very early. So we created some infrastructure that we can really start to leverage right now in the right ways and get the right exposure and to really be very productive with these coins and do well.
Looking forward to what's coming next. We'll have to get on another call soon and, explore some more topics more in depth.
All right, man. Let's do it.